All right, welcome to 3D Gaming. This is Steve Dallas from 3D Gaming, and we're going to jump in. We're going old school. This is Rome Total War. We're going to do a single player. We're going to do, we're not going to skip the prologue. We're going to do an Imperial campaign. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave things on high advice and medium difficulty because basically, I believe the game was like 2002, 2003 first came out. When I originally owned this game, I owned it on the discs. As you get older, as you can see, I'm an old man playing games. But as you get older, you have less and less time to do things because, most of us work. I had to work 2 or 3 jobs. And now I'm retired, so I'm getting back into playing the game. So I want to go back into some of the games that I had in the past that I never really played. So when I had this, I never actually completed it. So we're going to start, like I said, a medium difficulty for this walkthrough. And I know most people are playing part 2. I do have part 2 as well. And we'll work our way up to that. So when we first start this game, you can see this is a new game for me. I just loaded it from Steam. And you only have 3 factions to start with. Okay, I have the House of Julii, the House of Brutii, and the House of Scipii. So, maybe we'll make alternate, playthroughs if this works good. But on this playthrough, we're going to go with Julii. I know a lot of people do it, but the shields look cool. The characters look cool, so we're going to pick them. What we're going to do is, I'm going to let you hear the intro. Pretty good intro, right? And as we jump in here, okay, so I'm going to explain as many things as I can. Again, just going to reiterate that I'm older. I know if you watch this and you're younger, you may have better reflexes. You may have played this. You may have had much more experience. So be nice, be kind in your comments. And if you do have some good comments, let me know, because this way it'll help me play the game better. And so you get Senate missions as we start, and the first thing is they want us to take Segesta, and you have 10 turns to do this. So the Senate gives out, if you didn't play it before, I'm going to kind of go through it. We're going to do one turn at a time and see how far we go. So basically it's a turn-based game. So if we take this one, you'll be greatly rewarded, and I think they're going to give you about 5,000. If you look down in my lower right, you can see the mouse. That's your money, right? I already have 5,000. And if we take that settlement, I believe we're going to get another 5,000. I haven't played it in a while, but you do get pretty good, payment. So you start off with these 2 cities, Ariminium and Arrentium. And basically, we're going to take Segesta is over here. I'm going to zoom in so we can see what we got. This is Rome. Those are the official people, leaders. And so what we're going to do is, since we're going to sweep north, we're going to send our spy out. This is a spy. You start with a spy, a diplomat. I'm going to go into all the pieces, and he's going to run up this way. We're going to hit the space bar to go a little faster. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send him to Patavium. And let me just bring this, scroll down here. My mouse is not zooming. There we go. Okay, so if we jump into the city, let's see who's in here. So is this our faction? Yep, this is the faction heir. So you have characters that you can use to lead your faction. And basically, if we look at him, right now he's a governor in Arretium, and he got a bunch of traits, right? So right now we're starting off with pretty good traits. The longer the game goes, sometimes these can be changed. His influence is 3. His management, so he's pretty good to cities, right? These are the things we can recruit. And if we look, let's see what's under construction. These are all the things we can build. So what I like to build in the beginning, I know some people grow growth or traders, but I think in the beginning, if you grow too fast, a couple of things happen. If we hit an imperial palace, right, because as we build these things up and the city grows, we can expand the town or the city, and then we get more perks, more buildings. So what's going to happen though, if we build too fast, then if we hit an imperial palace, there's a change, a Marius change, where all our units are going to become obsolete. You can still use them, but you can't replace them. So what's going to happen is you got to switch over to the new units, which are more money. So we want to take a little time with that. So what I like to do, though, just like the true Roman Empire, we'll build roads. This way we can move our soldiers fast. I'm going to do that. I know some people, build up a lot of things, few turns. And since this is kind of like a playthrough tutorial, and also I'm relearning the game, I'm going to go like one thing at a time. Because like I said, we're going to try to play one turn at a time and see where we go, if people like it or not. So there's a couple of thoughts here. Basically, if your town has to have people, because what happens is if we look over to if we hit the question mark up here, the lady's going to come on and tell us what to build. But I want to show the building browsers. This is the buildings we can build, and you can see a large city. That should be the Imperial. So the Imperial Palace is the last thing we could build. So let's get rid of this for a second. Let's go back. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. So I wanted to see the town. Okay, so now on this screen, we can hit her. If we hit her, she's going to give us advice. I'm only going to hit her if we need it. But we have population growth. We have public order, income. Pretty standard in all the things. And they have all these little cues, and you got to figure out what they are. So here it says farm upgrades, right? And its base farming level is only 35%. So it's telling us that eventually we're going to have to build the farming up. And like I said, I chose the roads first. We're going to do that next, though. And then if you see the little rats, that's squalor, okay? So there's different things, different pieces we could build for that, and we'll get to that. And then if we look here, the income, we have the influence from our general, right? And then we have trade, and then we have taxes, and right now it's saying the salaries of your generals and agents are kind of high, so the people don't like that. And so what we're going to do is, if we look down here, let's get rid of this. If we look at the settlement, if we go like this.
This is the settlement scroll, the nerve center from which construction, recruitment, and economic matters are managed. As you can see, there is a lot of information on display, but don't worry, it really isn't as daunting as it would first appear. Would you like to take a tour of the various functions available? Let's click the Show Me How button to see how the settlement scroll works.
So we're not going to do that. I just wanted to show you that we can get advice. All right, I have it on high advice. We don't have to listen to her. So I wanted to get to the next screen, construction, because here this tells us our population is at 4,000. Our growth is at +3. And if we hit 6,000, we're going to be able to expand the city. So we're pretty close to expansion. Our public order is very good. You can see it's 150. Income is 63, so that's a little low. We got to work on that. We have a normal tax rate. You can make it high, very high, and then it starts over to low. And we want to stay at normal in the beginning. I know some people pump out the high, and you can see things go down, and our growth goes down. So we're going to leave it at normal, though, right, for now. And we're going to check out our other city in a second. So I just want to show you one other thing. Let's go back to our city for a second. I'm just going to tell you there's 2 ways of doing this. The recruitment. Okay, so we can make a diplomat. We can make a ship. We can make our hastati, which are our core units right now. Then we got the town watch. and we have peasants. So peasants, a lot of people go peasants in the beginning because they're a little cheaper. Because if you don't leave anybody in your town, the populace can revolt. So this is our hometown, and the popularity is pretty good, and the public order is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build one guy there. I'm only going to build one because later we're going to, like I said, do one turn at a time. Again, I know a lot of people throw like 5 or 6 units in there. We can do that. And then we're going to go over the recruitment on this guy. So I'm going to kind of, I'm actually going to do it backwards. I'm going to build actually him there. And I'm going to go back here. And we're going to change this recruitment. We're going to go to Hastati. Okay, and we're going to get rid of this guy. And then what we'll do is when that guy is built in Araminium, we'll send him over here. Now, again, I'm going to go over here. Again, I know a lot of people want the food or the port. They increase the taxes. I'm going to build the roads because we got to get to the top fast. We're going to have to move troops around fast. So I'm going roads first. And then what we're going to do is we're going to split our forces here because we're going to get ready to attack. And you know what? Let's merge them. We're going to attack together. So you can see the stars if we check Julius, Flavius Julius. All right, if I click on him, he jumps up here. He's got 4 stars, so he's a good commander, right? He's got good things. He's stern, a good warrior, right? And then if we look at the younger guy, right? Basically, if we check on here, that's the bodyguard. You know, later we'll go to the whole family. But if we look over here, he's only got 1 star. So I put him in there because we're going to attack here. We're going to get him quick experience, try to move him up. And the other thing I like to do, I like to send before I do that, before we actually do war stuff, I'm going to send this diplomat out here. We're going to build another one later because we're going to build up trade. So this is the city we had to take. So we're going to run in there and take it. And so if it had walls, this city doesn't have walls. So we can attack it right away. We can, assault it. Or we can lift the siege, right? Or we can maintain a siege. So we got a few different things to do. If we needed to if it had walls, we would have to breach the walls. We have 4 things we can build. As we build these things, you have like 141 construction points. Each one of these things would cost something, and you'll see when we take a city that needs those, it would take a few turns, so we would maintain a siege. So we're going to assault it. And so you got 2 options when you assault. Actually 3 if you want to withdraw from battle, which we don't want to. Then you can have the computer do it, right? And then sometimes that's good when you got a lot of units going on. So they can't flee or they'll be destroyed. So that's good to know. So we're actually going to fight on the battle map. Just takes a second to set that up. We outnumber them by quite a bit of forces, so this should be an easy battle. Now, a battle like this, placement. Let's see what he says first. They say some pretty cool stuff. Yeah. Sounds good, man. So we got a good mixture of troops here. All right, let's start deploying them. I'm trying to see him backwards. Well, this is the city we got to take, so, let's see where they are. I thought it would let me view it, but it's not going to let me view it until we start the battle. So, let's see if I can move them closer. It's been a while since I played, so I'm trying to rotate them. Let's see if we can get help. I just want to rotate them though.
Remember, the goal here is to capture the settlement, not destroy it. Buildings destroyed on the battlefield will also be destroyed on the campaign map. To capture the settlement, either kill or rout the entire enemy army.
Alright, we don't want to do that. What I want to do is, I forgot the control. And I want to hit every button because I don't want to mess it up. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to start from there, and we're going to save it after this battle because the first turn is pretty much going to be over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reread the instructions for you guys. So I want to show you all the different. There's a way to move this whole line, because not so much now in this particular battle, but it will, as we get later, it's going to become more important as the forces become stronger. So we're going to move these guys over here. So we'll move these guys over here. Move these guys over here. Move our cavalry here. We can also change the either the time to speed it up, or we can actually see if we hear they can run. I don't want to run because then you're gonna get tired. So we'll slowly walk up. I mean, we outnumber him in this particular battle, so this will be over pretty quick. And like I said, our heroes or our leaders are gonna get some experience. So what we're going to do, I want to see if they'll come out too, but I don't think they're going to come out. I think we'll have to go in there and get them. So what we're going to do in a minute, we're going to take these 3 units, right? Because these are our Hastati, and we're going to put them first. We got our archers here. The Triarii are very good. We don't want to lose them. Like this. I don't want all of them. These guys are going to put it over here. So if they leave, they will be destroyed, but it's early in the game, so we want to really put a hurting on them. Just want to turn this guy and this guy. We're going to put these guys over here because we're going to come in the back way. Not zooming out of the map. Pretty cool. And normally you shouldn't split your forces, but and you should look for choke points, but I'm going to try to do something a little different here with these guys. We're going to cover the back entrance there. We're going to bring our cavalry. Where's our Velites? We're going to go with these guys right there. We're going to hit them from behind. Let's get our cavalry. So we want to hit them from behind with the cavalry. We're going to go in hard with our infantry. Archers there. Ferrari there. Let them form up because we want to come into the middle of the city. We're going to attack from two sides. I want to show you what we're going to do here. Oh, they attacked us. That's good. So we're going to throw our spears. When they all left, so now we're going to come in strong with our cavalry. We're going to hit them from behind. Oh, they broke and ran. It's my archers, they're not firing. Bring these guys up. Hit him with some spears. Alright, we're gonna make these guys charge. Let's put this guy with him. Nice. So we're going to keep going. We're going to try to kill him and get more experience. So basically, it's a little messy because I didn't know all the keys to set up the line in a more straight formation, which next battle we will when I play tomorrow. But I think that's it. We killed the general. So the enemy general was killed. You can click that, you see. So we had 638 men to 241. We killed 241. And let's accept that. So you're going to see this is going to become our settlement. Okay, so when we win, you got three options. You can occupy it, and it'll tell you how much money you get. You only get 50. And then you can also do a combination. You could take disperse them, or you can take 50. And when you disperse them, they're going to become slaves. So basically, they'll go to your capital and increase the amount of people you have in your capital. So if you want to improve your growth, you can do that too. And then you can exterminate the populace. You get the most money because you destroy some of the buildings. Now, we don't want to do that, and we don't want to really enslave them because this is going to become our territory. So when we're in our territory, I'll show you in a second. I'm just going to put it occupied. And so we got these two cities. Now we just took this one, which is not really a city yet, but it will be. And then we're going to take Batavium and Mediolanum. So that's pretty much, you can see, that's part of Italy, right? So what I like to do is I like to not enslave the people we're going to rule, right? Because then you'll have better, see, like here, it's in green, right? The people are happy and they're in growth, right? The more destruction you cause, the less growth they have, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to just click on here because we're going to take care of some things in Batavium. Oh, I wanted to show you here, the Senate rewarded us. So we took it. They gave us 5,000 denarii. And so let's go over here. So it's at the basic point. It has no walls. So we're going to start with a governor's palace, right? And then recruitment, we're not going to be able to because we just took it. And we can see if we go back here, they only have a population of 900. So we really, that's why we didn't want to enslave them or kill the people. We want to really change that. What we're going to do now, let me just see this city for a second. I just want to see who's in them. And so next turn we're going to build a fort in the center because I don't like to keep a lot of troops inside my cities. Because what happens is if you keep them in there, it actually causes squalor, it causes the taxes to go up, and the people get mad. So you don't want to keep too many troops inside the city. You want to keep enough to stop a revolt. And you don't want to just have your troops freely out here in the lands. Because like if we came out, like if I went like this, if I brought this guy out, I'm just going to put him here because I want to put him back in. But let's say I left him there. The enemy generals and stuff can come and bribe him, or he could turn into a rebel. So we don't want to do that. If we put him into a fort, we're going to build a fort next turn. I'm going to show you how that happens. We can keep it, many forces in the fort, and then they won't rebel. And if we check here, just show you, we have 2 ships. Now, sometimes when I've played this in the past, I've gone this way. But it kind of defeats the purpose, because if you split your forces and you attack, we may take this one, we'll see. But then you start opening up too many fronts, and we don't want to open too many fronts because we want to unify Italy, and then obviously we're playing a Julia. We want to go north, and we want to take over Europe, basically, So if we just come on over here, and if we click on this is the faction window. It tells us a bunch of stuff, and we can go over. We have 3 regions. We won 1 battle, right? We can go over to financial stuff. This is how much money we have and what we spend it on, right? Then there's diplomacy. You can make all kinds of allies and enemies. It tells you everything there. Now in this window, on the Senate, we can see Senate missions, which right now we don't have any because we just completed one, right? And then the Senate floor. So this tells you your popularity. So right now you have the popularity with the Senate, and you have the people. So the game just started, turn 1. We're all on even footing, right? And as that changes, things can happen. So you can see we did pretty good with the gold. We did pretty good on the things we're going to build. And the spy, like I said, next turn is going to go into here. I'm going to teach you about the spies there. So this kind of concludes episode 1. I don't want to, as we keep going on the episodes, they'll be quicker. I want to try to keep them, a little like 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Like just do 1 turn. This way you guys get the hang of it. Maybe you like it. Maybe you keep following it. Maybe you don't like it. We won't do it again. But I hope you enjoyed this experience of Rome Total War 1. And so what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to end my turn. And we have, before we end it, let's just do this. So trade between our peoples would bring much wealth to all of us. So that's the Gauls. We're about to take their city. So if we actually say yes and make trade rights, it would increase our trade. We get more money and everything. But then, we're given our word. And then if we break our word when we attack them, it's going to have ramifications when we deal with other factions and other people. So right now, we're going to counter proposal. And no, I don't want to do that. Let's go back. Make an offer. I'm just going to say no for now. I was going to do map information, but you know what? We want to say no. So it's going through all the other ones. Now, you see we got assigned another task, and on this one though they don't want to give us 5,000 again. They want to just give us 1 unit. So if we look in, they want us to take this one, which we were going to take anyway, so it kind of helps us. So what we're going to do, you can see they're bringing up troops here, but we're going to build a fort here, and we're going to do a couple other things. Spy is going to go in there, but I'm going to end it here. What I'm going to do is hit escape. We're not going to save scum, but we are going to save because we want to pick up where we left off. So let's call this total. I'll just do playthrough 1. We'll call it. And we're going to save it. And again, I hope everybody enjoyed the channel. Please subscribe if you do like it. As I said, I am new and I'm putting up the games. And I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to, like I said, 1 turn a night. So I hit escape. I'm going to quit this game. And let's sign off. So you guys have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.